Do I give a countdown?
Is it not? Is
We
it?
on. We on, baby. I think we good. We on for 7 seconds now. Hey everyone, welcome to the 50ish podcast. This is your new safe space for all things midlife. So the people, the places, and the things that are midlife. I'm your host Renee, and my two co-hosts are on Frida and Tanya. We're all going to introduce ourselves, but we will give y'all just a little bit of information about what 50ish is, and then we'll tell you why we felt the need to do this now, why this is the right time. So, the first thing I'll explain is ish. 50 explains itself, but ish has two connotations when it comes to us and our podcast. It is ish because we're targeting people that are midlife, and we're putting out like 45 to 65, and the people who love them and come in contact with them. Um, and if you think about how technology and medicine is advancing, people are really living to be 85 and 90. So that's about the block, the 20-year block that now would cover midlife. And then you think about it in the traditional sense of ish. Ish that happened when you're midlife, when you're 50 something. So I'm going to give you a good example. Last night, Tanya and I were on the phone talking to her son, who was a freshman in college, about something that had happened last week in class.
Oh,
And I had some insight from my daughter, who's a junior in college. So Tanya was like, let me put him on the three ways so you can tell him, because I don't want to mess it up when I say it. So we said whatever we needed to say to him. And she was like, okay, you can go ahead and get off. That's all we needed. And she said, you got to hang up, because if I do, I'm going to hang up on Renee. And I'm in the background saying, well, Tanya, just call me right back. And he said, no, you got to hang up, because something he was saying about the car, whatever he was doing. And
right.
she was like, no, because I'm going to hang up on Renee. And he was like, tap your screen and hit the I at the top. And so now me and Tanya all excited, because we don't even realize, oh, if you tap the I, it'll show you the people on the call. And you can just end with whoever. So I'm on there saying, oh, I'm smarter than a fifth grader. So we got smartphones, but we not so intelligent when it comes to this technology. We know how to call, text, send, hang up,
No
make a
idea.
video, and take a picture. That's about it. So, and then
Yep.
I'm gonna give you one more example of 50-ish. So today we done already planned. We're gonna be on at 8:30. I'm on early. I send the link to them. I email them. Yeah, we ready. And then I'm sitting here at 8:30 like, now don't tell me we're getting ready to have no problem, because we did a rehearsal before and we had problems trying to connect with each other. And I'm saying, so Tanya texts me like, I didn't get the link. And as soon as I read the text, I was like, you didn't paste it in the email, dummy. Like, so, it's the issue we're talking about. It's real life, y'all. It's a safe space. We want to be able to talk about the stuff that people scared to say. Because I feel like, so this is my why for I think 50-ish is needed right now. I think our generation is on some type of perfect kick. Like, we've always thought that we had to be the best at everything, and it could have been instilled in us, and it could be good, bad, and ugly. But it has crippled me in my life to the point where if it wasn't 100%, I wouldn't even do it. So I could have missed opportunities. I might have gotten in on something late, all because I felt the need to be perfect. And I feel like it's a lot of people in in my generation that feel that same thing or felt it. So I'm saying now is the time to shoot a podcast with your cap on, because if you ain't made it to the barbershop, the people still need to hear what I gotta say. You understand what I'm saying? Um, Take the limits off. Let's do something different. Let's talk about what we wasn't taught. Let's get this younger generation ready, and let's give them real life on what it is to be 50-ish, and let them know sometimes if you want to tell your kids or your husband or your parent, get out my face before I become Mount St. Helens, I think that's okay. And so I think that's the need. That's why I feel there's a need. We targeting men, we targeting women. We are three women with one mic, but we are for the people. So we want the men to be heard. We are strongly considering bringing on a male co-host at some point, who will be able to talk from still the 50-ish standpoint, the parent standpoint, caring for his mom, all of this. And so we want to let you know that this is a safe space to talk about the hard conversations like life insurance and which one of your kids gonna be over saying how you divvy. If you thinking about changing careers, if you still trying to figure out how to parent adult kids without breaking yourself and without overstepping your bounds, dating over 50, divorce over 50, rekindling relationships, everything, not just menopause, everything. So that's my take on why we're doing 50-ish. And I just gave y'all the real me. And so I'm going to pass it off to Frida, one of the co hosts. Let me say this before you start. All of us met in the 80s. So we've been friends for
Ever and ever
yeah,
and ever.
ever and ever. I think I met Frida probably in 1980. I probably met Tanya in 1981. So we've been friends our whole life. We ain't just seen kids grow up. We watched each other grow up. So sometimes we gonna be on here like, I don't even believe you said that. You know what I mean? And that's okay because our friendship has endured a lot of I don't even believe you said that moment. So I didn't mean to cut you off, friend. Go ahead. I just wanted them to know we ain't just some random chicks from the ATL
Okay.
spewing out real talk. We are really, really, really friends. So
I
go
mean,
ahead, boo.
So I am Frida. I am a third of the 50-ish, well, right now, a third of what the 50-ish podcast is about. A little bit about me. I am, and I'm always proud to say my age. It's a blessing to be or to celebrate a birthday every year. So I am 54. I am a recent retiree. I was an HR professional with the federal government, and I had 33 years of service. So I just retired. And so, yeah, I'm transitioning while being 50-ish, learning a different way of doing things, learning to put myself first, learning to be relevant, even though I don't do a 9 to 5 like I've done for the past 33 years. A lot of us tend to make our work our life, but what happens when the work goes away? You're still relevant, you're still important. And so, yeah, I am traversing that in my life now. I'm also a caregiver. I have a 30-year-old son that helps me caregive for my elderly mother who has a number of health conditions. And a lot of people I'm finding in our age group, 50-ish, are, and we're what we call the sandwich generation. It's like we are, just about done raising our kids, but now at the same time we're having to raise, or not raise, but having to care for our aging parents. So we're
I
sandwiched
feel like
between two
race.
generations, managing both of those. And I'm telling you, caregiving is not an easy thing. Still trying to maintain some level of normalcy and keep my life like it is. I lead a very active life. So yeah, it's a balancing act. And yeah, like Renee said, I want our podcast to be impactful, relatable, and real. We intend to talk about some real topics, in our episodes, and hopefully you'll get something, learn something from it, and maybe we'll learn something from you, our audience, as well. And yeah, sure, we're going to provide a balance. It's not just our point of view; it's everybody's point of view. This is a safe space to vent, to share your thoughts, your ideas, your opinions about different things. Hopefully, sometimes it's a robust conversation. But yeah, at the end of the day, we all at this point can certainly learn from one another as we all again deal with the 50-ish part of our life. We're over half a century old. So that's a lot. And to me, that is an accomplishment because I'm
yeah.
pretty sure a lot of us know people who didn't make it that far. And I am
Woo,
thankful that,
woo.
yeah, I'm here 54 years, 54 and fabulous. Looking forward to being 55. So with that, I'll stop and then toss it over to Tanya.
Hi. I'm Latanya, but I am affectionately called Tanya because the way my mom has my name spelled is like it gets a little weird. But I wanted to talk about on my segment about being an empty nester. And when I tell you I am a very, very recent empty nester, I took my last child. I have three kids. My last child took him off to college last week to Jackson, Mississippi. I was like, who, wait a minute. That's 6 hours away. But hey, I remember a friend of mine telling me like when Facebook first came out, we were talking on through the messenger, and at that time I would post pictures and of my kids and their accomplishments and things of that nature. And he was like, "So you just post your children all the time?" And I was like, "Yeah, yeah." He was like, "Oh, okay." And I understand now because I made them my world. Everything was about them and what they needed to do in order to do the things that they wanted, to do. So now I'm sitting here like, I got some time. I have time for myself, getting to know me all over again. Not mommy, not wife, but just me.
Woo, woo, woo.
So it is a pleasure to be on this podcast with my two girls. We have been in forever. You hear me?
Yes.
It's a lot that I have to say because I do talk, but I just wanted to say these two right here, click, click, whatever the kids be
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah, we're gonna go back old school and just do like this. What can y'all see my hand? Yeah, we just gonna cross our fingers. It's like let's get yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it's,
yeah,
it's it's a weird space, but I think I'm gonna enjoy it. I really,
yeah.
really do. So yeah.
I think what's interesting about our dynamic is we all in the same places in a different way.
Hmm.
So our moms are within a few years of each other, but Frida is a total caregiver. Tanya and I are really near to where our moms are, but they pretty much independent. All of us have kids. My daughter, my only child, is a junior in college, so I'm an empty nester. So we all find ourselves pivoting into how do we do this. But what I'm willing to say is it was really scary for me. And I remember coming home after I dropped my daughter off her freshman year, coming into the empty house, walking in, telling the house, I'm home, but she gonna be back later. Like just, this my new reality, and coming and sitting down and realizing I didn't even know what I like to do because I had really based my whole life on uh,
Hmm.
picking you up, dropping you off, or your activities, or just taking the time to breathe when I didn't have to do anything concerned. And we did this. It's a badge of honor. So we're not complaining about having done this. We're just saying, I think for me, I just forgot to include myself in the equation. And then now, if it was, I felt guilty at first, like for going out to one of our favorite places to get me a plate or sit down to eat,
I have to
and
bring
she
it
ain't
over.
there. Scared to tell her, oh, I ate at Frida's
Right.
Cafe
Right,
today.
Right.
right.
Like she down there done found a Alabama cafe, and
Yeah.
it's just as good. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, yeah. And
It's
then I am a kinship. I'm in a kinship um, situation because I have temporary guardianship over my 2-year old. Yeah, and I'm telling y'all too. I don't want you to think your phone went dead or your Wi-Fi flashed or he's two. Listen, but I can't get the camera together. Well, I don't know which way to go. Um,
stop.
so it started over, but this time I do get to do it right. Like I do get to include me in the equation. And if it means a weekend away with the girls or with him, because he coming, whoever he is, that's a hint to all the single men that happen to tune in, because y'all will. Yeah, yeah.
That's okay.
Contact me directly.
Bingo. She's single, ready to mingle.
I am. And then but we are all in different we understand. And then my job ended a week before my daughter graduated from high school. So for 2 years, I've been interviewing, and I do realize now that a lot of things have happened that probably needed me to be available, and not have to take off work to do certain stuff. But it was kind of funky the way it ended. So then you saying you don't spend all your life working to make somebody else look good because you getting great review, performance reviews and whatever. But the bottom line is that feeds off into somebody else. Yeah, you gonna give me a so and so raise. It's the highest that y'all offer, but it don't knock a dent in what your bonus and your so and so's look like. And then, for it to not be appreciated, when you need a day off or just things like that. So then I realized, so 50-ish for me is I'm gonna heal out loud with y'all. I'm gonna let y'all see how I do it. You know what I mean? Because I'm still learning to navigate. Like I still miss my daughter. I still sometimes be looking at my mama like, girl, you know what I mean? But then at the same time, she is my right hand as well. You know what I mean? So it's I'm looking at my little nephew like, baby boy, I want the world for you. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm willing to do whatever I got to take to make sure you have it. But this time, Renee gets some, yeah. So we at the same place, but we in different. It's in different fashions, Frida ain't gonna talk because Frida ain't gonna. We'll talk later on about her retirement because we ain't finna. Yeah, because she'll go off. You understand what I'm saying? And we'll have to pull up over her house and be like, hey, sis, we good.
You good?
Yeah, but my good sis has put in a lot of years. And I'm telling her, and she looking at me, I'm telling her, breathe, sis. You ain't got to run back in the rat race. Find you something you want to do. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? You say you want to be a doggone you want to run your own circus. Well, baby, I know enough clowns to get you started. You understand what I'm saying? And so just telling her, breathe, because whatever point God brings us to, it's going to be what it's supposed to be.
Because when I got fired from being on that place, that railroad, after 11 years, and y'all fired me because of I was sick and ran out from LA. But guess what? It was the best thing that could have ever happened because God knew I wasn't gonna leave. I was not gonna leave that job no matter how.
And I think that's what happened with me.
Worked, but the money, I felt like the money was so good. I don't have a dime to show from that money that I used to work for. Like,
because he had you chasing the wrong thing. Now you just be like, listen, and my job didn't pay nothing, so I be sitting here saying you should have. You understand what I'm saying? You don't need pay enough to have no badass attitude and be trying to operate the way you operate. And I pray this come across her screen because she know who she is. However, the blessings that's come behind it, the peace. You understand what I'm saying? Because I tell you one thing. I do desire to own businesses. 50-ish podcast is one of them. And we will grow to the point where we need people to watch our comments and people to respond for us, and they'll be on payroll. But I do know how to treat people because it's space for everybody out here. If you still eating Big Macs, don't go in there and mistreat nobody at McDonald's because you there. So you can talk about you working at McDonald's where you eating it. So we the same to me. You understand what I'm saying? Because if it's low level to work here, then why the hell you putting it in your body? That's how I feel. You understand? And so we gotta so I'm saying let's do this for ourselves, ladies. And we're gonna do it by talking about what we know, and that is life.
Being truthful.
We've been doing little things. We got all kind of, it's so much just with us three. It's so much stuff that we can tell y'all, and you'll be like, say what? That's why we friends, because we know we still learning stuff. Tanya be surprising us with some of her shenanigans, stuff we finding out. Did we remembering? No, he wasn't no dog catcher. He was a fight. Like we still remembering stuff from the past, and we confessing stuff, okay, it was me. It was me.
These two are characters. I'm letting you know right
No,
now.
I'm just saying we all learn this stuff. You know, Frida telling me she was writing letters and wait a minute, you was bold back in the day. Yeah,
I
Frida
was.
I've been a go getter.
Closed mouth don't get fed. I was a determined young girl. I saw something I liked.
But we never
I wrote a letter.
So yeah, me and Tanya somewhere looking at from afar talking about he cute. I hope he see me. Frida done walked up talking about what's up. You feel me? So guess
That's
what?
why I knew not to waste my time. I like
spend no time guessing. I was gonna say that he spend no time guessing. Let's move on. And so yeah, let's move on. So
that was the thing to do. Let me tell you now, sis did the right thing because had I done that, we'll talk about it.
We will. Because guess what? If you had done it, we don't know what the answer would have been, but at least you'd have known the answer.
Mm-hmm. And that's the biggest thing. Rejection.
Yeah, whether you liked it or loved it, you would have known.
It'll keep you back though.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. Let me tell you something.
Sometimes rejection is protection.
Yes, it is.
Again, say what
you know. Go on and find out. You can move on.
Sometimes rejection is your protection.
Okay.
Because see, when I look back, one of the best things the good prophet Beyonce said was, you turned out to be the best thing I never had. Because it's been some people, that's one of the best things Beyonce could have put out there for me. Because it's been some people, I wanted you bad. I'm so through with that. Because honestly, you turned out to be the best thing I never had. We done all been there. And we be standing back now at 50 is talking about, you better not even walk this way. No, my name ain't Renee no more. It's Divalicious. And you Miss Jackson if you're nasty. Back on up, because it ain't nothing. You understand? And so yeah, I listen. So yeah, so what I will say to young people, you know, before we start winding up is make the move. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if it ain't hurt nobody else, don't be running up on somebody or whatever. But it ain't but two kind of people. I learned this a long time ago. That's married and single. And so if they ain't married and you feel like you got an option, you don't want to tear nothing up, but they might not be happy. You might just think they together. You just don't know. Say what you got to say. Be bold in who you are is what I will say. Long as you ain't hurting nobody else. And sometimes it's better to know, even if the answer is no. Nah, we friends. You ain't my type. I'm working on me. Whatever sometimes it's best to know so you ain't got to wonder what could have been.
Absolutely.
And sometimes if it ain't right at 15, it might be right at 55. Who knows? Who knows? So yeah, it's
tough.
Yeah.
You gotta have the courage to ask the hard questions or have the hard conversations.
And they ain't really hard.
I'm sorry, say it again.
They ain't really hard.
I'm saying like it was when I was younger.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Younger, it was hard to have those conversations. And I think as you progressively get older, especially in our 50th years, you be like, you say whatever you feel like saying. You know, I say it. Yes, I said that. I can't believe you. Yeah, I did.
Gotcha. So what would your advice be to younger you?
To the younger me, I would have taken a chance and asked this person, so what we doing? Like, how you really feel about me? Instead of just waiting. And
you would have been okay with whatever that answer was.
I would have, because it was like, oh gosh, it's a whole nother topic.
I know it would have been the truth. So it would have.
And the truth was given to me at one time. You see what I'm saying? From this one particular person. And it broke my heart. But I got past it. You know what I'm saying? I got past it.
Okay. So Frida, what would you say to younger you?
I would say take the chance earlier in life. Think outside the box. Follow your dreams. It's okay to make a mistake. We all make mistakes. It's just how you recover. Learn from your lessons the first time. That way you don't spend, or waste time trying to learn the same lesson over and over and over again.
And
And
then
hey,
spend time mad because you got to do it over and over.
yeah, and if something's not for you, it's okay to move on from it.
It is.
Mm.
It's okay. I mean, it's you have to respect people for what they think, what they like, what they don't like, their point of view, whatever. I don't have to go back and forth or beg or plead or get them to see things my way. You're wasting time. It's just like, okay, well, respect that. And it takes time. It took me time to get to that point.
Yeah, it
But
does.
if someone can, and I don't even know if someone told me at my younger self if I would have paid attention,
Yeah.
because I always felt like experience is the best teacher. Yes,
That's
you
real.
listen to the advice, you get the nuggets, you use those nuggets and advice along your way. Don't be hard headed, but
Mhm.
some things you do just have to go through. That's just like telling someone, hey, 2 miles ahead is a brick wall. I wouldn't go that way. I would make a left. Well, some people feel like you're keeping them from something, and they go ahead, and realize 2 miles later that, oh, dog, they were right. It is a brick wall, but they had to see for themselves. So
Mm.
they'll get it in their time. And then some people do heed advice and take the detour, but respect whichever way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely, don't be afraid to step outside the box. You never know what awaits you outside of that box. And
Yeah.
definitely do what you need to do to follow your dreams or your aspirations, or don't be afraid to try something new, something different.
Mhm.
I did that in terms of my career. Chose to go almost halfway across the country and live.
Ooh.
One of the best decisions that I ever made, and had I listened to the naysayers or people who were just used to being where they were, I would still be here in a different space. But I
Mm.
took that opportunity and got out there. And I felt like if I did that successfully, it's nothing in this world that I couldn't do. That's what I mean. Your experience is your best teacher. And I'm glad I got the opportunity to experience that, live differently, meet different people who I'm still friends with to this day. That experience was life changing for me and my son at the time. And so, yeah, I use that, as an example to encourage, especially the younger generation. Hey, when you get yourself together and you get on in your lane, don't be afraid to take chances. Somebody's always looking at you. Somebody's always watching you.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
yeah, definitely walk in. Get yourself a plan. Get a plan that works for you. A lot of times people will project their plans on you, you know, but do what's best for you.
I
Do what's
love
best for you.
I love that. I
Yeah.
do. I really love that.
I love
Hmm.
it.
No, I have.
And I would also say, um, sometimes when you have the conversations with people, and it may not work between the two of you, that don't mean nothing wrong with you. So
Right.
what I would say to my younger self is, you are safe and you are enough.
Hmm.
And if I had realized that then, I think everything would have just flowed differently.
Yeah.
If I had just believed in what I already knew about myself, instead of waiting to, I would have just self validated, and I would have let who I was power me instead of waiting to have someone recognize who I was. I would have just stood in it. And sometimes, you receive validation because Tanya's mother, Frida's mother, are two of the women that I love most in this world. Like, they literally have been moms to me. They played the role in some fashion, and my mom for them too. But in some fashion, because we not just friends, our moms are. I'm sorry as well, but you look for it to come from the source closest, and you don't always get it there. And if I had just known that I was safe and told myself I was safe and that I was enough, more than enough and good enough, it would have, I'm pretty sure I'm good where I am today, but 50-ish would be in history. And if it wasn't 50-ish, it would be, I would have walked in my calling. Like I wouldn't say, sometimes I do say I'm bashful. And in certain situations, everybody laugh when I say I'm shy. But in certain situations I am. And being in front of crowds is one of those situations. However, I know that all of that is still rooted in not feeling good enough, because I've been in front of crowds and they did exactly what I told them to do. So if I wanted them to laugh without saying it, so if I
Yeah.
wanted them to laugh, they laughed in the right moment. If I wanted them to be like, they gasp in the right moment. So I know, being in front of people and just being real with people is, and allowing people to be real with themselves and real with me. Just, I'm a safe space because I don't have no judgment. If you ask me, I'd be like, now I think that's kind of thrown off. You understand what I'm saying? But I respect the right to feel the way you feel. And again, I don't have to agree with you to validate how you feel. And so I think for me, it would just be, and I would say that to anybody, block out the naysayers, even if they are inside the home or if they the people that you think should be pushing you the most. Motivate yourself. Get in the mirror and know that, because if you feel like you want to prove something to the person in class, or you can prove it to anybody, you know what I mean? But prove it to yourself and do it for you. Like you said, Frida, it don't have to be perfect. Whether you get it right or you get it wrong, if you did your best, to me, that's successful. Now, you go back, you revamp how you do it so that next time it may work, but you give yourself credit for trying. And so that would be my advice to myself. Like, you are more than enough and you are safe. Like, right here. You know what I mean? And so I don't need no man to say it. I don't need my child to say it, because she done make me mad today, popping off. Um, but she didn't mean no harm. She just done got a new job and she trying to pick. She got another job, y'all. She got offered another job. And I'm saying, so how did what they say? They called and said, we want to offer you the job. What you think they said, Mama? Girl, I'm excited for you. You understand what I'm saying? Because last year you were interviewing, you would be calling me like, I didn't get hired. And I had to tell you that ain't no reflection of you. They just, this year you,
Know
every time
somebody
you
else.
go, you getting hired. So tell me
Mhm.
what I hung up on. She called me back. I'm gonna say it again. What else you think they said? So it was just funny. So um just I would say to everybody, believe in yourself. And if you know that you can, that's really all you need. You understand? And if you don't get it from where you gonna get it, because to Mac, that's Tanya Mama, to Cherry, that's Freedom Mama, to our deceased other mama from down the street, Miss Strozier, Miss King, all them, baby, you couldn't tell them nothing about me. Like you couldn't tell them nothing about me, because I was. So yeah, I would just say, believe in yourself, and you good
Right.
enough. You're more than enough. More than enough.
Too, that I look at some of the youth now, and because I grew up as a girl, you know what I'm saying? And so I was self-conscious of that. But I see these young girls now, it's like, oh, it's on and popping. And I love that for them. I didn't realize that I didn't portray my self-confidence. I thought that people could see it, but I learned later in life, they said that's what they liked. They thought it was my self-confidence. I'm like, oh, really? And I do remember my mom used to tell me all the time, you are so pretty. You are so pretty. I
And
used to be
see, you
cute.
faded in and out a little bit too.
Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe my fingers over the speaker. How about that?
Yeah, that's much better. Yeah,
Okay. And I said,
yeah,
my mom used to tell me all the time, you are so pretty. You are so pretty. And
yeah,
I was like, but I didn't have the long hair. I was overweight. I was just like, I don't see why she's saying that. But she did. And I guess I exhibited and didn't even know it, you know? So
yeah.
bravo to the girls that be outside now and they're overweight and stuff, but they look good. They really look good. And
Yeah, I listen. They done put they. It's a new map out here. Lizzo done put the big girls on the map. The Angie Stones, the Jill Scotts, Rick
yeah,
Ross put the big boys on the map. And at this point, everybody need to mind their business. Because I'm gonna tell you the truth. If I'm in the grocery store, just because you think you got a nice ASS. And just because everybody in here's, I don't mean I want to see your whole one at the grocery store. So if I got to look at your BBL, you can look at the one God gave me. Well, this curved, round, square, got a few dimples. So let's be, it's everything fair game. And no matter what you see and what you think you see, mind your business. Mind your business.
If we gonna talk about the BBLs, because I don't understand it. I just don't.
Well, I mean, even if God blessed you with it, whatever. If you're a natural stallion, I don't want to see your whole. It's when we at Kroger, and so if you can have yours out, then a 16 plus can have hers out too. The 22, the 24s, big girls get down on the floor. That's how I feel like. So it's fair game. If it run for one, it run for all. Because if you at the beach and you see a big girl in her bikini, you don't say nothing because it's the beach. Guess what? Well, if you're gonna wear a bikini down to the concert, big girl gonna wear her one too, and we just gonna all have a good time at the concert. So yeah,
I love it.
If you got big feet, big whatever, nose, whatever, just do you. Be comfortable in your skin, because there's too many people chasing this, trying to make themselves perfect. Why? So it's still something behind it.
Yes, absolutely.
It's still something behind it where you can't just be happy with what you were naturally blessed with. And that's just, how I feel. But if a BBL is what you want to do, I ain't got no dog in that fight either. I really don't. You understand what I'm saying? I really don't. Because I wouldn't mind a tummy tuck or some lipo myself. But you feel I ain't gonna get off into it. And if I get a little money, I'm getting me some new teeth, and they gonna do my body. They just take this and inject it back here. Take my fat and make me some. You hear me slapping my thigh. Yeah. Make all this.
Hey, man, wait. Stop mine off and give it out to the people on the
that's on the waiting list. So
baby.
So we're gonna wind it down, y'all. We thank y'all for joining. I know Frida gotta do her thing as caregiver. So we want y'all to like, subscribe, and share. We are the 50ish podcast at the 50ish podcast on IG, TikTok, and Facebook at the 50ish podcast. On YouTube, we are at 50ish podcast. Our Gmail, send us emails if you want to collab, if you want to sponsor, because we realize maybe it's some costs that come with trying to make this thing great professional. You understand what I'm saying? So if you want to be a sponsor, then you can email us at 50ishpodcast@gmail.com. And we do have a website. It is kind of still under construction. However, it'll be live soon, probably by the time you all see this episode, and it is www.50ishpodcast.com. So again, like, subscribe, share, tune in. We will have live shows, but a lot of them we're going to record and then just post. And then we want to do collabs, not just with our potential new co-hosts, but we want you all to want to be a part of it. So we want you in the comments asking questions. We'll do some behind the scenes sometimes. We'll do just Q&A. Sometimes we may just come on and party because it's what we want to do. And so we thank you all for joining us. Remember, 50ish podcast, tell everybody you know. And we'll see you on our next episode. We'll tell you all about our season and what we plan to get into. We just wanted to give you an introduction and welcome you all to the show. So this is 50ish, and we're just getting started.
Bye.